So, Magical Monday Manifestations. Hi, my name is Valorie Lewis. I am a psychic medium. I also read tarot and oracle cards, and I also channel messages from spirit. And you're going to get a little bit of all of that this morning. Um, Let me shut that off in the background. All right. It will be brief this morning. I'm not going to overtax my voice. So I'm going to do tarot cards. And then I have one oracle deck with me here. And then after that, we'll see how it goes. Jacqueline has a few oracle decks, so I don't know if we'll cut it short or if I'll turn it over to Jacqueline. We will see. We will see. But I am so glad that all of you are here today. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday weekend if you celebrated the holiday or if you just enjoyed the time off. And it's Monday. Not only is it Monday, it's Monday, December 1st. Are y'all ready for the last month of the year? Woo woo. And we're headed into a 1 year. I know those of y'all that follow numerology and astrology are excited about next year. Just as a heads up, yes, I am doing the New Year's Eve free tarot readings. Once again, this year it's been posted already on my meetup. Some of you have already signed up, but I want to encourage you to sign up and sign up early. Y'all who have the Zoom accounts that pay for the Zoom accounts know that those Zoom accounts only hold 100. So the first one, and yes, I have had over 100 in attendance for this event. So the first 100 will be in the event. And then as they drop off, they'll be replaced. So if you want to be at that event, make sure you sign. I hope that made sense, y'all. I'm not going to try to explain it again because I'm tired. But try to make sure that you are signed up for that if you want to attend and be on the call. All right. With all of that being said, it's amazing to realize that it's December already. Yes, the first, and here in Kansas City, we got our first snow. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to look at, but it is not nice on the roads. Usually the roads are not that bad during our first snow. They're horrid today. So, all right, let's get into it. So go ahead and set your intentions for information you would like to receive, messages, questions, guidance. Go ahead and put that out into the universe. Go ahead and put it out and I will pick it up. So I will tune into the vibration of the collective and see what is needed today. The tarot deck that we are pulling from is one of my new decks. It is the Unicorn Tarot deck. And let's see. Spirit, what messages do we need for this group for today? What are y'all working on? Let's talk about what you're trying to manifest. Let's all send out some good manifestation vibes this morning. Go ahead and put it over in chat if you don't mind sharing with the group here today. Especially if you have any questions around those manifestations. All right, so I pulled 5 cards for tarot. Signing a lease, all right. Let's see, let me do this. Pardon me, and we'll get into, we've got a lot of manifesting going on over there. A lot around finances. That's interesting. So the first card we have here is the 10 of Swords. Poor unicorn. That looks more like a slice of bacon than a covering, than a robe. Doesn't it look like bacon? Maybe I'm just hungry. I skipped breakfast this morning. Okay, 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is the game over card. That does look kind of gruesome. I don't like seeing unicorns in pain, but the 10 of Swords is 10 is completion. Swords is our thinking mind and also communication. So I've got 2 messages coming in for you. Mercury retrograde just completed a couple of days ago. So it could mean the end. It could just be a reminder of it's the end of our communication woes, the end of our communication being miscommunicated, the end of that. So that's a good thing. But 10 of Swords is also about our thoughts. So communication and our thoughts, our thinking mind. So this is also telling me that anything that may have been troubling you, causing you anxiety, causing you those thoughts that you don't necessarily enjoy thinking, but they're there because we're human, that it's kind of the end of that cycle. It's time to Release those thoughts that might be holding you back or that might be holding you in a frequency that you do not prefer. If you're having trouble releasing those thoughts, this is the first card of the week. So Spirit is saying, I see you, I know what you're going through, and I'm here to help. This is a week to release anything that our thinking brain might be causing that would cause any restriction, any slowing down, any blockages on our path. It's the end of that. It's time to release and let it go. And what I like about this card specifically, all of the tens in the minor arcana represent a completion or an end of cycle. But for me, the 10 of swords is like, it's done. Like, it's not like kind of done and maybe you can revisit it later. To me, when I see those 10 of swords, like it's a complete game over. You are going to step away from this and enter a new cycle, and you're not going to come back and revisit this. But it is a complete game over card for me when I read tarot. So, anything else, Spirit, that you want them to know about this? Release, release, release is the word I heard in my head when I asked Spirit that question. Anything you can do to help release those thoughts, those feelings, those things that are, I'm getting the idea that it's not like you're not bypassing, you're not moving past it, but it's like it's reached its expiration date. You have felt it, you have thought about it, you have processed it, and now Spirit is saying enough is enough. It's time to release that. So it's time to release that and move on. So any work you can do around releasing, whether it's a guided meditation, not one for me because I didn't record them, but whether it's a guided meditation you're listening to, some energy work that you're listening to that's going to cleanse your energy and let you release all of that. Or maybe it's just you sitting with quiet time to yourself and asking yourself, what do I need to release? Maybe it's journaling. Anything you can do to get the last remnants of this energy out so that we can welcome in the new energy that's waiting. It's waiting. It's knocking at our door. It's December. Oh, goes along with today's date. Okay. I like that, Nicole. Wait, today's date would be 12/1. I'm like, how did you get to the 13? I got the 13. 12/1 is 13 in numerology, and that would be the death card. Hold on, Nicole. No, just unmute and tell us.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually I did it straight across 1, 2, 1, and then 2, 0, 2, 5, and it all equals 13. So I
Gotcha.
went all the way across. But
I
yes,
love
your
it.
way does it too.
Yes. I love numerology. For those of you that don't know, I talked about it a little bit. The end of the year, yes, I do readings for whoever shows up for the free New Year's Eve, but we also calculate the card of the year for 2026. So this is a card of the year that I'll let you know what the card of the year for 2026 is. We'll talk about the theme, the archetypes, and some things that collectively we might be experiencing. And then I also show you how to calculate your personal tarot card of the year so that with the collective card of the year and with your personal tarot card of the year, you kind of have a good basis of what you might experience in 2026. So I love doing that too. So make sure you're at that event for that. All right. Next up is the Emperor card. The Emperor is major arcana, so all areas of our life can benefit or be touched by this energy. And the Emperor card is saying it's time for you to step in and realize that you are the manifester of your life because the Emperor is a major manifester, big time earth energy. This is our daddy. This is our earthly manifested daddy, our earthly manifested. Those are not the words I want. It's earth energy, it's manifestation energy, physical, tangible. Those are the words I'm looking for. The emperor represents those physically tangible things here. And the emperor is a magical manifester. Look at this particular card has all of the traditional things that the tarot card has, but then it's got a little gemstone down there. I wonder if that is ruby or garnet. Let's see if there's anything in the book about this one. One moment, please stand by. The Emperor is ruby. Oh, I'm just noticing that all the major arcana Oh, I like this deck even more. I told y'all this was a new deck. All of the major arcana have an associated gemstone with it. That's fun. Okay, so the Emperor, Ruby. The Emperor brings a solid foundation for the dreams of the fool, visions of the magician, insights of the high priestess, and the luxuries of the empress. It is through him and the energy of the royal ruby crystal that brings leadership, protection, and smart planning to your goals. Ding, 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 ding. Now I know why we got the Emperor, because many of us start setting those goals for 2026 in December. So this Emperor energy and the ruby gemstone is bringing you smart planning for your goals. Super practical and logical ideas. I love that. The keywords are organized. Organized. How many of y'all are feeling organized for 2026? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Now I got to see if anybody's got their hand raised. Does anybody have your hand raised for organized for 2026? Kinda. Nobody? Okay, those are our Virgos. If you raise your hand, that's a Virgo right there. My hand is kind of halfway up. I'm trying to get organized. I'm Virgo rising, but I'm Sagittarius sun. Hello. Okay, let me get back here because I can't see you all. What did I do to my screen? I don't know. Here we go. Okay, so that is our Emperor energy. I love that. Right from that major arcana to another major arcana. Who's been asking for this? The Lovers. Who was asking for the Lovers? Okay, so the Lovers card. I'm looking over in the chat, y'all. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking over in the chat when I asked y'all to post your questions and what you might be working on. I'm like, who is asking for this? Launching a product, that could be Lovers card. A new profession pivot, that could be Lovers. I'm gonna tie it in a minute. Manifesting financial freedom. This could be the answer to why you might not be having an easy time manifesting financial freedom. I'm gonna tie it all in a moment. Allowing myself to loosen up and not take life too seriously. Yep. Okay, the Lovers card. This represents many things. Oftentimes, when we look at the Lovers card, the first thing that pops into our mind is relationship. Like, who are we in love with? It can be that. It can be good tidings, a good message for those of you who are pursuing a relationship or maybe trying to shift things in your relationship. But there's so much more in this card as well. Is it talking about self-love? Maybe. Maybe, especially when it comes to manifesting, because manifesting has so many layers to it. It's not just think a happy thought and that thing is going to show up in your life. It's think a happy thought and also, do you think you deserve it? Are you just thinking about that thing and hoping and wishing and praying that it comes through? And meanwhile, the story that you're telling yourself is that I don't deserve it. I'm not good enough for this kind of a life. Well, that's why the Lovers card is showing up, because it's saying we need you to look at your self-worth and we need you to look at your deservability. And we need you to get rid of all them bullshit stories you're telling yourself about why you don't get the life you want because it's all bullshit. And that maybe that's what you need to release, because the Lovers card is, it's so much, but it's also the universe coming in right now, creator, God, whatever that self is that you call, that you know, that you call out to, higher self coming in right now and saying, I love you. I love you just the way you are. And I want you to love you too. Do you know who you are? Maybe you need to figure out who you are so that you can start loving that version of yourself. Do you know what your favorite color is? Do you know what your favorite hobby is? Do you know how you like to spend your free time? Do you know what brings you joy? That was always so interesting when I have people say it's been so long that I don't even know what brings me joy. I don't even know what excites me. I don't even really know what I like. Okay. Well, how can you say you love yourself if you don't know yourself? So maybe this is spirit saying, get to know yourself a little better, because I love everything I see and I want you to love it too. So this love, this self-love, this idea of love might be one of the things that's holding you back if you're not feeling that on the same scale that higher self, spirit, universe, God feels for you. You need to love yourself the way the universe loves you is one of the messages that I'm getting. The other message that I'm getting, and this is little known unless you study the tarot, or else Nicole knows, she learned tarot from me, is the gaze of these unicorns. There are in original Rider-Waite Tarot, there is this angel. In some of our modern decks, there's just the two lovers. But the gaze that these hold, it makes a triangle. The man is here, male energy. Let me call it male energy. The male energy, divine masculine, is looking at divine feminine. Divine feminine is looking at spirit, and spirit's looking down at both of them. I think it might be the other way around. Is it flipped for y'all? Okay. Feminine. Oh, it is the other way around because it's flipped on my screen. You're right. That's divine masculine, divine feminine, spirit, and spirit looking down on all of them. But it's the path that we take often. And it's a reminder that if you are here earthly situated and you're only looking at the earthly things, something's off. If you're only looking at the spiritual things, something's off. It needs to be all three rotating in and out of each other. You need to be understanding how the spiritual affects the material and how the material affects your connection to spirit and how spirit affects all of it. So it's also that idea of, are you letting your spirituality have a part in your manifestations, or are you too focused on what has already manifested? Are you too feet in cement blocks is the image that spirit just gave me. Feet in cement blocks, you can't move, nothing's coming to you, and you feel stuck because you haven't fully incorporated the spiritual aspect, because you're too steady looking at the economy, your bank account, the school system, your neighbors. You're too steady looking at what is already physically manifested and taking stock of it instead of saying, wait a minute, hold up. I was made in the image of the creator. Also, my whole mission was to come here and create some shit. Now, maybe I'm not doing such a good job, but I'm learning. And I'm not going to look at this thing that I don't like and accept it at face value. I'm going to look at this thing that I don't like and ask myself, what can I do about it as the creator of my own reality? So maybe you need to pull all of that together. Okay, so that's the lovers. I know y'all want to know what the gemstone is for the lovers. It's pink. Anybody want to guess on what that is? Maybe that's garnet. I would associate garnet with the lovers, but let's see. The lovers. Oh, morganite.
Ooh, morganite.
I love morganite. I've got some morganite, I think. Morganite is the ultimate love stone, like rose quartz on crack. I like this deck. All right, which is how you might be feeling at this moment with this card popping up. You might be doing stuff out of the ordinary because you are so in love. It may mean that you found an actual person that you can't resist. It could also mean that you have found some spiritual insights and you are making peace with your fears, making wise choices to harmonize two opposing sides. I love that. Love, attraction, and union being the key words. Okay, so we have all of this insight, kind of getting our mind right, kind of telling us where to focus our energies. And then we have a call to action with the Knight of what? Pentacles. So this makes perfect sense because we're talking about Magical Monday manifestations. The Knights in the Tarot are actionaries, calling us to action in some way. And this particular Knight of Pentacles is asking us to make practical moves, aligned, inspired actions towards the things that we are trying to manifest. So what I'm hearing from Spirit is you've done the thinking, you've done the processing, you've probably even done some rituals, you've probably even meditated and pulled out crystals, you've done the work, but have you actually taken inspired action in the real world in order to bring those things that you are asking for you? So maybe you're sitting and praying for food. I don't know. I don't know your situation. Maybe you're sitting and praying for food, and Spirit is like, that's great. But now I need you to take practical, real life, tangible, inspired, keyword inspired action. So you're praying for food, but have you Googled food banks in your area? That's a practical step. And this energy of the Knight of Pentacles is all about, can you make one step towards what you are doing? Because you make one step towards aligned action, you make one step towards the manifestation that you want. And guess what? that manifestation, spirit, divine, God takes one step towards you. Divine is not going to walk all the way to you. It requires inspired, focused action on our part. So you take one step, and sometimes, y'all, sometimes we take one step and spirit starts sprinting towards us. But spirit is just like, I was just waiting for you. So it's not one for one. Spirit is like, I was just waiting for you. So what can you do? Aligned action to move towards your manifestations this week. Not the big 2026. You don't have to do all the things. But what can you do to move towards your manifestations this week? He has a gemstone too. I wonder if all the court cards have gemstones in this deck. Knight of Pentacles. Or if it's just one stone for all of them. We're about to see. We're about to find out. Knight of Pentacles. Nope, I don't see that it tells me what that particular stone is. Oh, citrine. Here it is. The citrine crystal amplifies the same energies as the pentacles, which is why it aligns so beautifully with this suit. And that's all it says about citrine. Citrine is a November birthstone, though, so there is that. It's one of the lower ones. It's topaz, but citrine can pass. Okay, last card, and then we'll talk about the order of these cards here in just a minute. Last card is the Four of Wands, a celebration. Beginning signs of stability with that 4. Wands, fire energy. We're still in Sagittarius season. Where's my Sagittariuses? Where's my Sages at? 4 of Wands. I'm getting celebrate. I'm getting take the action and then immediately move into celebration. Immediately move into celebration of results not yet seen. It's what I just heard Spirit say. So you're going to take that aligned action that's going to move you towards your manifestations because it's a Knight of Pentacles. So we're talking about that earth energy. And then with no hesitation, after you take that aligned action, your spirit is saying, I want you to immediately move into celebration before you see the result. I want you to move into welcoming whatever that manifestation is that you've been asking about. So, how can you do that? Y'all know how to do it. Y'all know what celebration feels like, or do you? Has it been so long that you've actually forgotten how to celebrate yourself? Maybe that's why this card came up. Maybe that's why this card comes up. All right, let me see what else it says here. This is where everything is starting to come together. The unicorns are celebrating after much hard work and have built a solid foundation for their castle. Toss some confetti because what you have built is strong and can support your dreams. Is anybody out there questioning? I don't know. Maybe this dream is too big. Maybe I didn't do enough work. Maybe I still skipped a step. Maybe Spirit is trying to tell you right now, what you have built is strong and can support your dreams. So stop with the maybes. Let go of those thoughts that are holding you back and making you recycle, go through, recheck everything. Virgos, I'm talking to you. Making you check that list twice. We are not Santa Claus. We can move on. We can move on knowing that we have built something strong enough. What's the last sentence say? Success and prosperity are well earned. Not that we have to earn success and prosperity because that is our birthright. We don't have to earn it. But we as humans still fucking go through all of the steps of earning it. That's what this Lover's card is about, reminding you you don't have to earn anything. You don't have to earn anything. You just have to state it and line up with it. But, society, our parents, all taught us we have to earn it. So if you are in the earning stage, even though you don't have to, Spirit is still saying you've done enough. You've done enough. Claim it. Okay, so let's talk about the flow of these cards because we pulled 5 cards. Sometimes I pull 4, sometimes I pull 3, but this time we pulled 5. We've got 5 days of the week. You can kind of also measure it that way of what am I going to be working on early in the week, releasing thoughts, stepping into emperor energy. What am I going to be working on later in the week? Moving into action and celebration. If y'all don't end this week on celebrating yourself, I'm going to send hellfire down. No, I'm not. I don't have that power. Oh, if I did, I would be dangerous. But I want y'all to end this week celebrating yourself. I don't care if the week went great. I don't care if the week went to shit. I want you to end this week celebrating yourself before you roll into the next week and start over again. Not me, because Spirit said, y'all better fucking start celebrating yourself. I sent all of these magical creatures down to this earth and they spend 90% of their life bitching and moaning. Spirit is like, 1 week? Come on, celebrate. Celebrate yourself, you magical fucking creature. Celebrate yourself. All right? Okay, so that's it for the tarot cards. We're halfway through. I thought I was going to end this right at the half-hour mark. I got a little bit more energy left in me, and I pulled an Alana Fairchild deck because she has longer words, descriptions for her cards. So I figured we'd just pull one card from the Oracle deck, and then I think we're going to call it wraps, y'all. I do want to check over in the notes and see what's going on. Somebody said they got plans. Oh, look at all the Virgos and don't want to raise your hand. I see you. I see you. All right. I'm going to do this. One moment. I see you two trying to connect over in chat. Love that. But since this is public, I just deleted those just because I don't want y'all's personal information out there. But I hope you had time to copy those down and get in touch with each other. Perfect. Okay. Okay, so the Oracle deck that I'm pulling from is Isis Oracle. Why did I pick Isis Oracle? One moment. I'm going to show y'all. Stand by. My cousin went to Egypt several months ago. And when we all got, this is a cousin that lives down in Texas. So when she came up for Thanksgiving, she brought us gifts direct from Egypt. And one of the gifts that I got was this beautiful, beautiful thing all the way from Egypt, y'all. It's got glitter on it. Isn't it gorgeous? And it's got the signs, Capricorns, whatever. I can't read it. It's in reverse. And so, of course, I got this one out of all of the ones that she had available. And I brought it home and I turned the lights off and it glows in the dark. I don't know how they did it. But look, when you turn the lights off, it's not this painting. The glow in the dark painting is a completely different painting. And it's two figures like looking at each other. I wish I could get it on camera, but my camera doesn't pick up the glow in the dark at night. Anyway, so that theme was on my mind, Egyptians and whatnot. And so when I went to pull a deck, we got Isis. All right, so let's pull a card. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a gorgeous painting. With the bonus of it glows in the dark. Okay, Isis, of course. This lines up with the Emperor card. This lines up with the Lover's card. And also, I think, with the Four of Wands. It kind of lines up with the entire message. Look at this. And the message is, stay true and be in your power. Stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of divine authority. Stay true and be in your power. Ooh, that's interesting. Do we have a number on this? I don't see a number. How do I find it in the book? We will find it. Stay true and be in your power. You are a sovereign divine being. Didn't I just say that? Well, I use more colorful terms. I use more colorful words, but this is coming from spirit. You are a sovereign divine being with spiritual authority and freedom within you. Who said they were looking for financial freedom? Somebody put financial freedom over in the chat. And I bet, because I do this too, not to call you out, because I do this too. We're looking for freedom outside. We're looking for a job, somebody to give us money, something to come into us, a stream, some kind of cycle, some kind of flow of finances to make us feel financially free. And this right here in the first couple of words are telling me that that freedom is within me. Freedom within you. So if I can't find the freedom within myself, how is the universe going to match that and reflect it back to me? If I feel trapped in any way, and right now I'm a little bit trapped by my ability to speak and breathe because of my health, but if I feel trapped in any way, and think about that, if I in myself feel trapped in any way, restricted from speaking, restricted from being who I am in this world, restricted from speaking my truth, restricted from wearing the clothes I want to wear, living where I want to where I want to live, working where I want to work. If you have restrictions of any kind within your being, the universe is going to reflect that back to you. So how do you find the freedom within yourself so that the universe can reflect freedom back to you? You do not need permission from anyone to be who you are and live your life as you choose. This is your divine birthright. I think I just said that. Spirit says it better. Guard it as the precious treasure that it is, and remember that you are a divine being. So that was the first part in italicized. Now I want you to look at this. The flail and crook, often held by Osiris, are symbols of the divine royalty and dominion. These symbols remind us that within we hold great dominion, spiritual authority, and freedom to be the sovereign ruler of our own self. This does not mean that we have to control life. Or Virgos, I'm looking at you. This does not mean that we have to control life or others or even the environment around us, but it does give us complete and utter choice to become as spiritually awake, free, and self-determined as we wish to be, as well as providing us with complete choice as to what our values and actions will be in this lifetime. Ooh, complete choice. Complete choice. You have complete, just feel into what that means to you, because I don't think many humans walk around with that mindset of I have complete choice. Many of us are like, well, I have choice over how I react. Yes, I've seen that in so many memes and so many spiritual teachers, and I've said it myself, and I know I have choice over how I react. But do you really, can you wrap your mind around what Spirit is trying to say right now, saying that you have complete choice? Think about that and think about how you might start applying that in your life. Let's see. Where did I drop off? There is no permission required from anyone apart from yourself to be and live your truth. There are many voices that will test you on the journey from the illusionary shackles of fear, loss, or abandonment that may hold you back or tempt you into giving your power away to others. I will tell you, fear of abandonment will have you give your power away every time. Every time. Fear will do it too. Loss. Fear is how we're controlled. What are you fearful of right now? Whatever it is, that's the same thing that's controlling you. You want to be free from that? Here's how to do it. You shall awaken from the testing into the realization of spiritual independence within. Of course, this is how long it is, y'all. It's 2 pages. So I need to pick up the pace. Of course, there is more to spiritual authority than just recognizing that it lies within you. There are times when you must act on it. Knight of Pentacles, guard it and protect it, which means recognizing when others seek to exact influence over you for their own reasons, or when you are being manipulated out of your own authority, becoming blind to your own power of choice, and instead believing that things are just the way they are and that you cannot question or query or change them. Let's see, do I want to read this whole thing? There are times when I'm skipping. There are times when life can feel like an assault against your truths with many challenging you. Anybody experiencing that now or recently? For those souls that have come to master spiritual authority in this lifetime, there is a test to remain true without becoming dogmatic, to honor what you know as true without minimizing, judging, or dismissing the truths of another that are different than yours. That's a tall test. That is a very big challenge. And I can tell you right now, everybody in this room listening to this broadcast on YouTube, wherever you're hearing this, you are up for the challenge. If you weren't up from the challenge, you would not be receiving this message at this time. The message is divinely inspired to reach you, to remind you that even though life seems challenging and sometimes overwhelming, you are up for it. You chose this for a reason. I don't know what your reason is. Mine was probably pure idiocracy because I didn't know what I was signing up for. But in any case, we were still given the tools and the strength and the things that we need to overcome. Not overcome. We're not here to overcome, challenge. To successfully navigate through the challenge. That felt better. You have the power to create and own your reality, and you don't need permission from anyone else to do this. Honor your spiritual sovereignty. Let the Lady Isis help you find your spiritual authority and freedom of choice now. Let's see. Boop, boop, boop. I'm going to go. I'm skipping down to the last paragraph, and I'm laughing because it says, this card also guides you to take responsibility for your health into your own hands too, as I cough a lung up. All right. Heard. It's up to you to decide for yourself how you wish to work with your body. Don't be scared. Listen to the advice given by other professionals, but remember, your life is a spiritual gift. So, for everyone, don't be afraid to live it in your own way. There's a ritual here. I'm not going to read that, but it has to do with sitting in stillness and reclaiming your power. Let's see. And that's it. There's another incantation, but again, I'm not going to read that. This one was 4 pages long, y'all. So Spirit really wanted to give us that message. Stay true and be in your power. There's the image one more time. All right, everyone. That is going to wrap it up. I'm not going to do the 1-card pulls today or any other oracle cards. Thank you so much for being with me, and thank you so much for giving me grace as I do not feel like doing my normal full reading today. I did want to give y'all a little bit, especially since it's the first of the month. Did y'all blow y'all cinnamon? Do y'all know about the cinnamon routine? You blow cinnamon into your doorway there you go, for the people who said they wanted financial health and some changes in their life, prosperity. When you blow the cinnamon into your doorway, you're welcoming in the prosperity and the financial abundance. So maybe go do that. I believe you're supposed to go left to right. I always go left to right because left is the divine feminine, the receiving, right into action. Show me what actions I need to take. I have a cinnamon essential oil, so I just spray my house with it instead of doing the whole cinnamon thing. Do it in any way that suits you. Just stand and imagine the cinnamon if you don't have cinnamon. Anyway, that's what I wanted to give you all today. Love you all so much. Please keep your eyes on social media and a newsletter that may or may not come out today for whatever the hell my Cyber Monday specials end up being. And thank you all so much for supporting me through the years. And keep an eye out for the December calendar that is coming out too. The last thing I want to say is we do have our energy session, our interstellar energy session this week. So make sure you're also signed up for that. All right, everyone, have a wonderful week. Love to you all. Bye.